Welcome to Day Trading Stock Options for April 6, 2015. I'm your host, Scott Patton, www.wavesofprofit.com. Joining us, as usual, is Alan Maxwell. Hey, Alan, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Scott. Having a wonderful day here. It's sunny.
Super. It's our philosophy is 10% in 10 minutes. No fear, no greed. Yes, you can hit home runs, but look after the rent and the utilities first, and then go spend your money if you want to do that. So that's it, 10%, 10 minutes. It's April 6, 2015. Were we able to do it?
Yep. And I'm going to show you a couple. This was a little unusual day. I don't know. There's no such thing as an average day, but we have a set of rules that we follow all the time, and that's what makes me sane instead of nervous when I'm trading. So here, this is IWM. It's an index. There's 2,000 stocks in that. It's a big deal. It doesn't move fast. If the market's moving in a direction, then that thing usually moves in the same direction because it represents so many stocks. And we've talked about indexes before. I got into this one a little bit late. Normally I'd get in a little earlier, but I clicked on the button wrong. But all the indicators are good. This thing's still looking good, and the market is still with me. And this is the basket down here that we use. So I already hit the call button, and 13% in 1 minute. And that's because and that's an index. So you just had 2,000 stocks. 2,000 stocks. Anyways, we're allowed to have fun. In 1 minute.
Here we are.
So if I would have got in here, which would have been the usual preferred, anyways, it wouldn't matter. It still took off and was fantastic. And you say, okay, well, what else did you do today? Well, a few minutes later, here's Amazon setting up. Now, I would have got in somewhere in the middle of this candle, but with replay, we just use a minute at a time. I'm not finessing. But during the middle of this candle, and I'm not going to do a lot of teaching here, see, it broke their previous high, and somewhere here, I would have actually got in. But for the purposes of replay, I got in, late. But do you think it's going to matter when I have a strong market? So here's 1 minute. Well, it down 1%, but that's really nothing. That means it just went sideways. Still sideways, 2 minutes. On the third minute, I got 11%. Now this happened after the other market indicator went up. And if I was hopeful, our training tells us the other places where you can extend your trade a little bit. But you know what? 10%, that's fantastic. You're not getting that anywhere else.
Okay, Alan, can we go just a little bit further on this one, because I'm curious. One of the things that, and I know we keep wanting to just show you, because our goal here is to prove to you that you can do it, not how to do it. But one of our, okay, stop.
Yep.
Stop. Okay, so one of there's a dark blue line called the RA line that the software prints out first thing in
when the market opens.
9:29, right? Okay,
yeah.
9:30, and so it's there, and it is a indicator of stuff that I'm not going to get into what, but basically the suggestion is when you see it, it could we call dance around that line. In other words, it can go up, kind of peak at the line, and then back off, and then kind of peak at the line and back off. And as you can see, we've got that big, thick green candle, and it just kind of like, am I going to poke the bear? I don't think so. And then it backed off. We had the red candle, and then green one kind of poked it, and then it just sort of has sat there for a while. And this is one of the places that can be really, really stressful, particularly if you're going after 20, 30, 40, 50% and in fact are greedy. We're saying just skim off your little 10% every day, grow your capital so that you've got more than enough money to live however you want. No need to be greedy. There's no lack of money, and this is one of the places where you could have a lot of stress. Now, we don't know. I don't think. Well, maybe we do. We don't know if it's going to break it or not. If it does break it, then we're thinking, well, that's really good. It's going to go higher, but it might just back off. I mean, it's going to go up or down. That's the only two choices. So I'm just kind of curious to see if it did break through the RA. I haven't looked at Amazon for this stage.
Sure.
So
Well, here we go. We'll have a
what
look.
happened?
What happened?
What happened?
Fans? So it did break.
Oh, it did break it.
And you
Did it
had
keep
that blue
going?
star, which we talk about in the training, and well,
Now it's dancing around it the other way.
yeah, but you can see it had trouble at RB, and then it stalled a few times, and then it finally, you know. So, anyways,
There,
yeah,
it came back down.
yeah,
Cool. So it did go through the RA, and then it actually went up to the RB, and then it sort of turned around.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So,
And so
yeah.
you have a high probability of getting 10%, which is this little guy here.
Mm-hmm.
Your odds of getting 20, 30, 40% in a run start to diminish, which means that you're now biting your nails, hoping, wondering that your trade's going to work out. We don't like teaching people that. We have some awesome tools that, for example, this magic line, which tells you, well, if you wanted to go for the long run, that's your clue. That's covered very well a few times in the trading. So the next trade that, just to keep our promise about keeping it short,
Yes.
is this guy. And I hung on a little bit late on this. Is typically an old trade, and I wouldn't always get into a trade like this, but this was such a strong market, and this stock looked to be a late bloomer, and I liked it because it broke the other previouss. But I don't have big faith in this one, except that the market is strong. And it's like, well, this is okay. So this one, I'll just already marked the buy now on the call. So here we go, 1 minute. Haven't made any money. 2. Okay, we're not doing well here, right? 6%. And you see how it bounced off of that, struggled against it. That high, 66.95. Well, 66.96. It's 1 cent. See, we know about these bounce points ahead of time, and it's like, we teach you what you can do, but that's what replay is like. Well, what would you do? And so there it is. It broke the line, and usually when it breaks lines, that's when it has a nice clean run. So we're going to just say thank you, and we're done. So a review of today is IWM, which is a big index, 13% in 1 minute. Amazon, 3 minutes for 11%, and SanDisk was 6 minutes for 12%. But
Beautiful.
As you can see, yeah, down here it's like this was a good green day, and that's what this stuff up here tells you quite nicely and easily.
Wonderful.
Don't buy the red stock today.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. Go with the trend. 10% in 10 minutes. Don't be greedy. Don't be fearful. Look after your basic needs first, and then look after all of your extravagant needs second. Head over to www.wavesofprofit.com if you want to know more about the training or more about the software. We've got information for you there. And we look forward to having you join us next time. By the way, bottom right-hand corner, you should see a little subscribe button. Subscribe so you don't miss any of our exciting episodes moving forward. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.